Tell me about Videodrome on 4K from Arrow.
Oh, come on,
Okay,
Sag.
Arrow, Videodrome. Ah, yes, one of Cronenberg's lovely icky films. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Supposedly based off a new 4K scan, if you can believe the blurb. The old set, which was what, 2015? Remind
Sounds
me,
about
I think
right.
something like that. Something like that.
Let's go with that.
That was based off the Criterion scan. I reviewed it on site, would have been around that time. And it was great. It was really, really good. And they packed it full of extras. That was a 2-disc set with all the bells and whistles that normally comes with, the papered cards and all that stuff. Here we are, a few years later, we have a 4K edition of it, supposedly a brand new scan. And I can believe that, actually. It's a very nice looking picture. Yes, nice deep blacks, very nice colouring, beautifully detailed. Even Rick Baker's gloopy, icky, disgusting effect hold up under this 4K. Just shows you how brilliant they were at the time. Yeah,
well, you
it's
mentioned
absolutely
that
wonderful.
I think that they didn't have the budget to go as far as they wanted.
No,
to
they wanted to do an
in
awful
your
lot
review.
more.
Yeah, I would have been interested.
Absolutely,
in
they
just
wanted to do
how
an
much
awful lot more.
more.
Like there was one effect they wanted that they nearly got done actually, which was have a while and it's bad enough seeing the cassettes coming out of the belly and all the guns growing into each other. They wanted to have a television coming out of a bath, and they actually made it. They covered it in plastic, and they was actually going to do, but they right at the very last minute they ran out of money and they couldn't do it, which is a real shame because that would have been something different, wouldn't it? Young Deborah Harry in the bath there and the telly coming out of her twin legs. Oh, come on, what a show that would have been.
The TV would just distract.
It was not
much cheaper visual effect. Debbie Harry in the bath. Done.
Okay, all right.
I feel like everyone involved in that movie shot the scene.
Yeah. We'll put it in later, Debbie. We'll put it in later.
Yeah, exactly. Such a ridiculous thing.
We'll do it in post, Debbie. Take 57.
So it was 2015, the last.
It was
the
2015.
last version,
Okay,
yeah.
So this is a new update on that picture, and I believe it. I believe it. It's a wonderful looking disc. I did say in the review that there's very early. It looks slightly digitized. I think that's probably partly to do with the scan, partly to do with the grain and the HDR. The Dolby Vision I saw it in. On some of the flesh tones, there's a very, very kind of I can only explain it, sort of a digitized look to it. It's not like a natural looking film grain to it, but it only happens a couple of times, and I'm really nitpicking there. I mean, I'm properly nitpicking because the rest of it is magnificent. It's a slightly darker picture than you're used to, but it shows so much more. It's really good. The sound has been slightly updated. It was LPCM on the other one. This is a DTS HDMA, but I mean, I'm listening to it. I don't think you could tell the difference. I couldn't tell the difference. They sound exactly the same to me, and that's great. I was very impressed with the bass actually. Very good, having not seen it for such a long time. And we come to the extras. So it has all the extras that were in the previous set on the UHD
on the
disc
4K disc
in Dolby Vision.
Nice.
Oh wow!
Great. Which is great. The only thing that they haven't included, which was in the 2015 set, was a second Blu-ray with all of Cronenberg's early films. Now that isn't in this set. You get postcards instead.
So much better.
So much.
Yeah,
better.
I'm really not sure about that.
So that's why it loses out slightly on that regard. But in every other regard, I mean, if you've never seen the film and you don't have the 2015, then this is clearly the version to buy. I mean, the film's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, it's just
one of my favorites. One of my favorite Cronenberg.
And it's such a simple premise. How many of us haven't been flicking through the channels and found something and go, oh, that's a bit strange. Let me watch that. And all of a sudden we're out, killing people and pulling cassettes out of it. But I mean, who hasn't done that? I mean, it's
typical Saturday night round my estate, right?